Welcome, one and all. Monsieur et Madame, bienvenue to The Late Show. I am your host, Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, you can feel it in the air, folks. There are just 5 days until Christmas, but Santa came early last night when the Colorado Supreme Court ruled that Donald Trump is disqualified from holding office. You go, Colorado. Just goes to show you can make good decisions when you're high. Yeah. I got the munchies for justice. Can you imagine how mad Donald Trump must have been when he heard that news? Oh, to have been a ketchup stain on his wall. Now, the reason the court kicked Trump off the ballot is the 14th Amendment's so-called insurrection clause, which states that no one can hold an office in the United States if they have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Now, the insurrection in this case is January 6th, and aid and comfort to our enemies is his side hustle. You know, getting his beak wet. The insurrection clause dates to just after the Civil War. I'm sorry, I meant the first Civil War. It was designed to keep former Confederate leaders out of Congress. Okay, but then again, it's been over 150 years since the Civil War, and it's not like Trump was leading a bunch of Confederate... Okay, I see. No, I understand. My bad. Now, this ruling is unprecedented. The 14th Amendment has been invoked against other elected officials, but never someone running for president of the United States. The Colorado justices were well aware of that and wrote, "We do not reach these conclusions lightly," but after reviewing the evidence, including January 6th, they added they made it with little difficulty. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. It's sort of a gimme. Trump denied the results of the Electoral College, summoned a huge group to Washington, and told them to march to the Capitol to stop the count. Everyone knows what he did. It'd be like Martin Luther King saying, "I didn't have a dream, you had a dream." Must have been something you ate. This ruling does not affect the general election yet. It says the Colorado Secretary of State may not list President Trump's name on the 2024 presidential primary ballot, meaning the new GOP frontrunner in Colorado is the second most popular in the race, which is, I'm going to say, the Babadook. I like the hat. I like the top hat. I like the top hat. I like how formal the Babadook is. Here's the weird thing, though. Even though they're supposedly running against him, all of Trump's primary opponents want to keep him on the ballot. Because so far, this decision has been criticized by Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, Nikki Haley, and Ron DeSantis. You know it's a competition, right? This reminds me of that famous soda slogan, Pepsi, the choice of you should drink Coke. Chris Christie even said this in New Hampshire.
I do not believe Donald Trump should be prevented from being president of the United States by any court. I think he should be prevented from being president of the United States by the voters of this country.
Yeah, damn straight. The voters should decide, like in 2016 when he lost the popular vote and then never became president. Okay. All right. Now, naturally, the folks over at the Fox News have their lubricated catheters in a twist over this. It's very painful. And they're saying some nasty things about the Colorado Supreme Court.
These people are unhinged, they're lunatics, and they're very dangerous.
Keep in mind, he's talking about these people. They don't look like dangerous, deranged lunatics, except, of course, Richard L. Gabriel, known as the Mesa County Maniac. And the folks over at the Fox News are making a strange accusation.
This is one of the most anti-democratic decisions we have seen in American history.
It is the most undemocratic decision imaginable.
Very undemocratic.
Anti-democratic.
Anti-democratic.
Counterpoint. Removing the guy who tried to overthrow a democratic election is actually pro-democratic. That's like saying... What? That's like saying it's anti-hen to keep the fox out of the hen house. Let the chickens decide whether he finds them delicious. And let's be clear here, the Colorado Supreme Court did not kick Trump off the ballot. The United States Constitution kicked Trump off the ballot. As conservative judge and constitutional expert Michael Ludwig said, the 14th Amendment is a valid provision of the Constitution. It has to remain enforced. That's what the judges in the Colorado Supreme Court have done. Yes, the 14th Amendment says if you try to destroy our democracy, you can't come back and try again. It's the same reason I'm not letting my appendix back into my abdomen, no matter how well it polls in Iowa. How's my appendix doing in Iowa? Okay, I got something. Bobby. Now, no surprise, the Trump campaign said it planned to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. And I'm guessing someone's going to start calling in some favors. You owe me, Kavanaugh. You too, Amy Coney Barrett. You're just a weird homeschool kid who won a contest. And Gorsuch, you weren't even a judge. Pretty sure I found you playing Frankenstein at the Six Flags Halloween Horror Nights. Let us not forget, there's also Clarence Thomas. Yes. Exactly. Who's been in the news a lot this year for all the free stuff he's hiding under that rope. According to ProPublica, conservative billionaires have given him free trips on their jets, luxury vacations. One guy bought his mom's house, but she still lives there. Now they've unearthed Thomas's graft origin story. See, it goes back to the year 2000 when Thomas was speaking at something called Awakening, a, quote, conservative thought weekend. Always nice to spend the weekend learning a new skill. Guests at Awakening enjoyed golf, shooting lessons, and aromatherapy, which is why their mascot is Shooty, the golfing bullet who smells like sandalwood. Now, on the plane ride home from Awakening weekend, evidently Thomas hinted to a GOP lawmaker that he'd quit if he didn't get a pay raise. Now, keep in mind that at the time, Thomas's salary was $173,600, equivalent to over $300,000 today. Now, that sounds like it should be enough to live on. Congress never gave Thomas or the other justices the raise that he was asking for, but after Thomas's threat, suddenly rich conservatives became very generous to him. And in the years since, Thomas has accepted a stream of gifts from friends and acquaintances, including private school tuition and tires. Tires, I gotta say, tires is a weirdly awkward bribe. Francois, I know you said you don't have any open tables on the patio tonight, but have you met my friend, Mr. Goodyear? There's three more where that came from. Now, Donald Trump may be off one ballot, but he's still on the campaign trail, where his recent speeches have been drawing a lot of comparison to Hitler because, well, he's been quoting Hitler. Specifically, people are pointing to the terrible things Trump says about immigrants. And last night at a rally in Iowa, Trump said those things again, but with a surprising disclaimer.
They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that, and I never read Mein Kampf.
Fine. Fine, but how would it be better if you hadn't read Mein Kampf? Everyone is saying that I've read Mein Kampf, but that is a lie. I reached the same conclusions as Hitler independently. And while I've got your attention, folks, hold on, while I've got your attention, and I'm just spitballing here, what say we invade Poland? He continued.
They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way.
Yeah, in German. Trump also took a quick detour off the Autobahn to blitzkrieg Biden's energy policy.
I will end Joe Biden's war on American energy, and we will, ready? Drill, baby, drill. We will drill.
Look, I'm no oil magnate, but I'm pretty sure this is not a drilling gesture. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is obviously churning butter is what this is. Since Trump was in Iowa, he also played a weird instructional video on how everyone there can caucus on caucus night, how it all works. Here's a taste of the video.
Marlon's going to tell you everything you need to know about how to successfully caucus for President Trump.
Before we get going, let's make sure you are eligible to caucus. Time to check with the lawyers. For that, here's Margot from the law firm of Dewey, and Chittister.
To vote at a caucus...
Okay, let's stop right there, Jim. I know you're talking about voting procedure, but can someone answer the more important question? Why, if Margot, the lawyer, is fully clothed, is Marlon butt-ass naked? And while you got him up there, Jim, why is he lacking a caucus? We got a great show for you tonight. My guest is Nicki Minaj, but when we come back, our animated holiday special featuring Liam Neeson. Join us, won't you?